Greetings on chappers, and this is Lee and this is Mike and we're at Schecter. Lee is currently dying of NAM flu, but we're going to look after him, make sure he's pepped up and kept good, and Schecter are going to help him rock and roll.
Cool. Yes, we will.
Michael has suggested that one of the things that might cure my little chesty problem is some herbal whiskey. So hey,
it's
when in LA,
a known cure for anthrax.
Cold cock. Get that cock in you, Lee. I'll totally sort you out, mate.
Let's do this.
Shot of cock, there you go.
Bottoms up. Jesus. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to lie down for a second. Actually, that might work. I'm just going to come back.
Every 10 minutes, just make sure you got a bit of. Thank you very much, but I'm fine.
All right. So Michael's really kindly offered to take us around the stand. The first thing we're going to look at is it's Schecter's 40th anniversary this year, which is kind of crazy.
That's great because I'm 40.
How long have you been with Schecter?
I've been with Schecter since '93.
Wow.
But it's odd because I used to sit there and look in the magazines as a kid back, seeing all the replacement parts and going, I can put that on this, and we have some of those same ads like blown up in our lobby, and it's kind of like a weird little mind, I guess you would say.
That's awesome.
So Schecter came into existence a year after I was born. That's kind of a cool thing for me.
What are you saying? I'm old?
No, I'm old.
It was, I mean, if y'all remember the time, that was replacement parts. Nobody played, you don't play an off-the-shelf guitar. You would buy it and had the hot rod. I need to replace. And that was kind of the genesis of Schecter back then.
Yeah.
40 years.
Look at these.
So we did what we did with three of kind of Schecter-centric shapes, and kind of just, we didn't go over the top party like 40, 40, 40. We put our hand-wound pickups in them. We pretty much just put a cool little engraving on the pickup cover, and they have like a badge on the top. You know, just signifying 40 years. But some guitars that are becoming, you know, synonymous with Schecter, the Tempest, the Avenger, and our classic shape. So each are a little bit different, some different construction, and proud of it, but again, not over the top.
And are they all a limited edition run, or?
We're doing them throughout the year. They're not, you know, sometimes when you go, we're only going to make 100, Ryan's like, well, how many I'm going to get for Europe, and you know, things like that. So we just go, we're going to kind of make them throughout the year, and then stop them.
Let's pan across the vehicle.
Pan of chocolat.
Another very
C1 looks cool.
A cool feature of these guitars, they also have the Ernie Ball compensated nut on them. So other than Ernie Ball, we're the only ones that are actually doing that.
Is this kind of like an enhanced version of like a buzz fighting system or something like that?
It's their system. It makes the guitar where it plays completely in tune. You know, to me, it took a little getting used to because a little bit of the.
If you've never seen an 8-ply binding purple flying V, this is your chance to be involved in that visual orgasm.
Really nice when it's in tune completely up the neck.
8-ply binding purple flying V?
Everybody wants one.
Yes,
of those.
sir.
So these have our Pasadena Plus in the bridge and a Pasadena neck pickup. So kind of going back to doing a lot of our.
I love this little tiny player detail.
The grip tip.
Yeah.
I'm loving the blue one. Always. Oh well, so these are going to be in the shops and available to order for all of 2016.
Yes.
So should we go and have a look at some of the things that are...
Let's look at a couple of cool new artist models, I think.
Yeah, do it.
So we, Jeff Loomis and Keith Merrow, two long-standing Schecter artists, have new models this year. Jeff is probably the most radical departure. Jeff's been with us for a long time. You notice and you count the strings on this, it's a 6-string guitar. Jeff has become synonymous with 7 strings, but now that he's a full-fledged member of Arch Enemy, the 6-string suits his style, and he wanted something a bit more radical. So that's what he's got here, his new Cygnus, which is 6-string.
I'm not sure. Who's the player Mouse? I'm not familiar with them.
Mouse is with Coon Coil.
Oh, okay, cool. It's a nice looking guitar.
Yes, that's a new shape and new everything with Mouse.
Come on, grab this one down? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
It's a pretty understated. That must be for Jeff's new sort of gypsy jazz trio. You know, that he's sort of he's giving up on the metal and just going into.
Yeah, you know, very classically inspired.
Yeah.
You know, no sharp points to hurt you. Could easily run with those and scissors.
We had Jeff and Keith over for a clinic.
Yes, those dudes are so good together.
So good.
The concrete dystopia, it just worked. Jeff, if you notice, he's actually now going with Seymour Duncan.
Yeah, I've just seen
so they have his own signature set of blackouts.
Okay.
Has our Floyd Rose 1500.
Oh, this is the one with the slightly different.
Yeah, all the 1500, everything, all the metal, everything is hardened.
Right.
So
that's very cool because
and also the bar stays in, so you don't get that wobble.
Right.
Even if you spin it back and do.
Yeah.
You don't get that.
You've got the tightening.
Yes.
You can
Because a
tighten
pet peeve of mine is when you go to put an Allen key in and you jar it.
Anybody in this place.
Glenn, stop following me. This guy won't leave me alone. Yeah, I hate it when you miss and you jar and you end up shaving a piece at the inside. That's not going to happen with this.
So, understated and but very cool.
Has Jeff played this one?
Yeah, he actually took a couple of the prototypes off on the first Arch Enemy run.
This exact guitar?
That exact piece.
Because
the following dimensions and everything.
I noticed he enjoys an action. He obviously has. I mean, he's got massive hands, hasn't he?
Mitts.
What's interesting is if you have a little bit higher of an action, more low end, is able to escape from the string as it rotates. Not a lot of players realise that. That's great. It's a reassuring medium weight too.
Yes. Jeff's a big guy.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Well, you guys had him over there. I don't know what you guys did after. So, again, Keith Merrow. One of the most popular artists on our roster last year.
He's a superhero.
I like the carve.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, great design. He kind of picked this up off of we did a guitar, the C1 Black Ops last year, which I think you guys did.
We did.
He dug the contours that we've been doing for a long time. So this guitar is actually neck through and cool big flame top. Yeah.
Slime green, new.
Yeah, this is very understated.
Yeah.
No problem seeing in the dark.
I didn't realise he had one with a Sustainiac on it.
New for the new project. He's another guitarist on our roster that actually Keith brought over. Is Wes Hawk, and they're doing a project together. And they're incorporated. They were using a Banshee with a Sustainiac, so Keith wanted to do something that was kind of
very cool.
Popping. Have y'all done anything with a Sustainiac?
Yeah, we did a bunch of the Avengers, I think. With the Sustainiac.
I mean, I grew up using an EBO, so I'm always trying to hold that, getting on the right string. Then when I don't need it, now what to do with it while I'm still playing. Sustainiac, very cool too, and I'm looking forward to seeing what those guys do with it.
So where else have we got some new stuff?
What else we got? Good seeing you. On the event stuff.
Wow.
So, almost 10 years now these guys have been with us. I think it was 2006. I think my math is correct, it is 10 years. So, Sinister Gates, Zachy Vengeance, and Johnny Christ all have some new models this year. They kind of went a little bit different satin finish look on their guitars. 2 new colors here, and Zachy's is a little bit kind of road worn look that we actually engrave his infamous 6661 in it. And Sinister Gates acoustics.
Yeah, that was cool. So what's the deal with the guy who plays the double cut? Is he a left-handed player?
Yes.
So I see. It's
great for pictures on stage when you got them both when Zachy and Sin are up in front of the stage. Very cool. Yeah, both Sean from Seether and Dan from Disparate have some.
Chris Poland.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't realise he was you. He's a ridiculous player.
Such a badass guitar player.
Completely different kind of technique to the way he does stuff as well.
We had him in the booth last year and he demoed and everything. Would have liked to have him this year, but the drummer for his new band passed away.
Oh man.
Chris is a sweetheart. Wow. Just a guitar geek, speaking, I mean that in a passionate way.
I've always wanted to meet Chris Poland, but some of the first solos I ever listened to that I was like, what the is that? Was
I think he might have did some stuff with a new record too. I think.
Really?
He's still fun. He just won't tour it or won't join it, but he's pretty cool. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm loving that double neck, yeah.
That would have been great with Townsend doing that in the Who.
Ever since the very first time I ever saw Richie Sambora play Wanted, where he had the double neck Taylor and the 12 string, the 6 string, that's what I would have.
Is this your favourite guitar on the show?
But it almost might be. It's like, I just love the idea that I can.
I don't think that you can even carry it.
No, I could. I bet you. I'd do a mean version of Wanted, Dead or Alive if I had to.
Do you know how heavy these are?
I bet they are heavy. Oh, that's, you know, I could live with that. It's the guy from Cheap Trick that's got the one with the sort of 7 necks on it or whatever. That's the one I'm
Yeah, that guitar is like 60 plus pounds.
Didn't you make
crazy.
that as well?
No, that's Hamer. But it's a great guitar. I mean, that's iconic.
Wow.
Really beautiful.
So what's the deal? Is this just from your
This is
custom
just
shop
our-
and
just
you'll
our
make
custom
whatever
stuff, yes.
people want?
The Masterwork stuff is kind of, they dream it, we build it.
I've never seen an 8.6 done that before.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Crazy.
these were kind of designed just to be show things, to show what we can do.
Sold as well.
Yes,
Good for you.
Heading to Mexico.
Well, of course, you make something like that, someone's going to buy it, you know. Where else are you going to get an orange 8-string, 6-string double neck?
So we should take a peek at the Zakk Wylde stuff.
Yeah, we should.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, Wylde audio.
I'm gonna turn the Wylde audio stuff over to Mark LaCourt, EVP, and he worked with Zakk and myself and everything to make this. So give you a little bit of the backstory on them. And these also aren't very radical. They're very, you know, traditional. Yeah.
Absolutely not. I played 2 of them yesterday. I was really impressed. So I know that they're slightly different.
I'm Mark, Executive Vice President of Schecter Guitars, and these are the new Wylde audio guitars. So we've been working on this project with Zakk for about a year and a half now, and they're finally here in their finished product, and we'll be shipping initially in mid-March, and then finally the remainder in mid-April. So you've got basically 3 initial shapes you'll be seeing. You're going to be seeing the Warhammer, you're going to be seeing the Viking, and you're going to be seeing the Odin. Obviously there's the classic Zakk Wylde Bullseye. You've got newer style graphics like the Pinstripe, and then you've got the Vertigo style stuff. The Odin is available only in Tunematic. The Viking is available in Tunematic and Floyd Rose, as well with the Warhammer. So with this particular endeavor, this being Zakk's project, he is in the US selling direct. So the pricing will be Tunematic guitars will be $9.99. Floyd Rose guitars will be $10.99. Overseas, to you guys, all different stories. Schecter is doing the distribution, so you'll be working with Ryan and Westside. And I can't say I've determined pricing yet because we haven't figured that
I have
out.
some questions for you. Sure. So obviously, Zakk Wylde brings a hell of a lot of credibility and likability to the brand. He's a ridiculous player. But in terms of just the guitars themselves, I don't think Zakk's a luthier, but what as a player has he brought to these models that makes them a little bit different?
You know, he may not be a luthier, and he's not per se knowledgeable in every little, you know, metric in building the guitar, but he was involved in every aspect of the guitar. He's a feel guy. He picks it up, looks at it, and feels it, and knows what he wants. Whether, you know, if something's not right, he knows that something's missing. He might not be able to articulate it in a luthier language, but that's why we have John, our master builder, kind of transform what his brain is thinking and putting it into a real-time feel.
So what kind of cool Zakk Wylde ideas did he incorporate into the designs that make them different from some of the other Schecter stuff, for example?
Well, everything you see here this is Zakk. Schecter didn't do anything but bring it to life. We just created the monster into a living, breathing thing. As far as what you see, exactly how we got this in a finished drawing of exactly what he wanted. All we did was make it. So Zakk is fully 100% responsible for everything you see, every bevel, every edge, every inlay, every nuance of the headstocks, designs. This is 100% Zakk. While some people probably feel Schecter was this like push behind it, it's purely Zakk.
The story behind it. I suppose what I'm getting at more, sort of what I'm getting at more is that you can definitely tell if you hold the neck of this V
It's for big paws.
that Zach had his hands around something and went, I need a real neck in my hands, I don't want some skinny thing. It feels reminiscent of a Les Paul.
Sure.
And a neck profile.
And like an old Les Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like
59 style neck. He brought in about 7 to 9 guitars, and not just Gibsons. There was a variety of brands. He's got a 475 guitar collection. So he brought in his babies, and we kind of went in, and there was no one set neck profile. We made about 5 initially that we're going to apply to different guitars. So they do vary slightly from guitar to guitar, and there will be ones that are thinner. And if you feel that Warhammer that has a distinctively thinner neck profile as he intended.
I have no knowledge of that guitar at all.
There you go.
In fact, I didn't realise it said do not touch, so I touched it. I'm sorry about that.
No, we just try to ward off some. Not all.
I have one more question. Yesterday, didn't quite get a full answer on it, and I understand the direction it went. In terms of the manufacturing, it's going to be done in Qingdao, China, right?
No. This is all South Korea. This is all South Korea.
Oh, it is South Korea?
Yeah.
Because a year ago it said it was going to be in Qingdao.
No.
So this will be South Korea.
Schecter really doesn't build in China at all, besides in acoustic.
So the other thing, my question yesterday was who's going to manage that relationship? I assume it's going to be Schecter.
We do.
Because I'm sure
We're just a simple.
South Korean is.
What he might.
Well,
Believe me, Zach wants to go to the factory.
throw down the hammer.
Make sure they're doing it. But yeah, it's
So that actually answers 2 questions in one in terms of,
you're getting a shipment.
because the Qingdao is not necessarily considered as
Interview stuff.
40 years of innovation, great stuff. The new Wylde audio, the new guitars from Schecter. It's really impressive, very exciting. I've been Rob Chapman.
I'm the captain, Michael Siravoy. Thank you.
See you guys later.
Love these guys.
Thank you.